What's up? My name's Megiddo, and I am so excited because I am coming to you with some breaking news from Pioneer. Pioneer has just announced the Pioneer Ddj 1000. Okay, so let's just get into it. I want you to see the differences between the Ddj 1000 and the Ddj RZ, which is the flagship controller from Pioneer. I wanted to compare the two so that you can kind of see side by side. So let's just go ahead and pull that up and see what that looks like. So if you look right here, the Pioneer Ddj 1000 is on top, and the Pioneer Ddj RZ, which is the current flagship controller from Pioneer, is down at the bottom. Now, a couple of big things that we're going to see in the Pioneer Ddj 1000 is what you can kind of see is going to be the trend with DJ controllers, with media players in general, is that everybody's going to start to put an LCD screen in the middle of the platter. Dj did it first, and now Pioneer is coming again a year later after Denon released all their flagship media players to come against the CDJ and everything as being the changer writer and everything from that standpoint of them trying to really compete in the market with Pioneer. Denon has currently the LCD screen right there on the screen of the platter, and so Pioneer has just announced right before NAMM of 2018. This is just right before the end of January 2018 right now if you're watching this later, that they have now announced that they're going to put LCD screens in the middle of their platters. And also, if we zoom in here, we can kind of see some of the main differences. They have put the effects section on here as well, which for me, to be honest, I think what is happening with Pioneer right now is they want to do what Apple does in terms of their ecosystem. Whether you're using an iPad, think for instance when you're using an Apple product with iMessage, whether you're using your iPhone or your laptop or your iPad, you can go through iMessage and your messages will pop up on any of those products. That is what Pioneer is trying to do with all of their products. And when I look at this product of the Ddj 1000, that is exactly what I'm thinking. Is like someone like myself who doesn't all the time play in clubs on CDJs, but a lot of the time plays out at shows, whether I've been hired out or I play at a festival of some sort that's, kind of an offshoot festival that may not have CDJs or whatnot, where I may be the main act with a bunch of bands. I may bring my controller, I may bring my RZ or my RR. Now, the thing about this is check out right here, it's got the effect sections, which is if you're going to practice, if you're going to want to go from the bedroom to the main stage at Ultra, you need to be very familiar with how to use this effects section. And I think it's only a matter of time before Pioneer takes their CDJs and does something with these pad effects down at the bottom, because I'm a big fan of the pad effects right here. I use the pad effects constantly. I love the transitions. I love the fade out, the fade to gray kind of sound. I do a lot of beat repeats and things like that. If you look right here, one of the big things that kind of turned me away from the XDJ RX2 is right down here, the fact that there is no pad effects. And I understand this is an all-in-one. Another big thing that I'm not a big fan of, as I've seen, because I debated on whether or not to get this or just hold out for something of what Pioneer might do. And to me, I've seen this screen, and I know how the quality of the Pioneer CDJ screens are a little bit laggy. It's a little bit old technology, and I want something fresh with a really quick refresh rate, maybe 120 refresh rate, something that you would see on a phone. It's time for Pioneer to really step up their screen game and really try to compete with Denon and to really provide the customers with something that they're familiar with in terms of an iPad or that kind of screen resolution, that kind of quality of screen. But I digress, so let's get back into the comparison. So like I said, the big things are the screens in the middle of the platters and the effects section. And then I will say having the effects section and the pad effects for me is a no-brainer. I'm totally going to sell my Ddj RZ which down below, as you can see, it just, instead of an effects section, you've got kind of like these noise oscillators and the sine and the horn. I mean, nobody really uses that. You know, that's something that I don't use at all when I play out live. I'm not going to go, you know, I mean, it's a little silly at this point, but that to say, I think it was wise for them to replace that with kind of like an effects knob right there. As you can see, there's pad effects, hot cues, slicer. I didn't really ever use slicer. I didn't really ever use sampler. I mean, but that's just me. You may be different. But as you can see right here, they've really incorporated some of these newer features. Like if you press shift, you can hit the keyboard mode, which may, and the key shift mode. These are two different things that would allow you to be a little bit more controllerist. If you like to do like change keys and different things like that, you've probably seen the videos already on what that can do. If not, just go to Pioneer's website and check out those features. I'm not going to really go over them right now. Apparently the fader has been the crossfader has been updated on the 1000. Let's see what else. If we scroll up, I think another big difference right here is there's no needle search on the 1000 compared to the RZ. Also, the three effects right here are no longer right here because you've basically got a channel effects right here. So that's basically taking care of that. You still have slip reverse. You've got the beat, the loop beat function right here of in and out. Your quantize right here, where your quantize on the RZ was right down here. So you've got a little bit bigger knob. Let me see here. The loop section is gone right here. You can see that the beat sync master knob is right here. You've got this is where you can change your tempo range. Let's see. So on the RZ, the platters look silver. On the 1000, the platters look black. In terms of specs, one thing that you'll be happy to notice if you've ever tried to travel with the RZ, it is very heavy. So the RZ comes in at a whopping 23 pounds, and that's just the controller. If you added the flight case altogether, you're looking at 59 pounds, 60 pounds total. With the DDJ 1000, they've made it lighter, so it's 13 pounds. Already I can tell that's a big difference. See, the height and the width it's a lot more compact compared to the RZ. Look at that. A width of 34 inches versus a width of 27 inches on the 1000. Already that's going to make it a lot easier to travel with, I can tell you right now. And then you've got a depth of 14 inches and then a depth of 16 inches. So everything seems to be just a bit smaller. Excuse me, everything seems to be just a bit smaller in terms of the form factor, which is a good thing. It's nice to have like a big controller. I enjoy it. It's packed up in my basement right now, but usually I have it sitting right over here. But the RZ, I love it, but I can only do local gigs. And so I've been flying with the RR lately. When I went to the Netherlands recently, I used the RR when I traveled. I wanted to fly with the RZ, but to fly internationally with a bag over 50 pounds, I mean, you're looking at hundreds of dollars, and you're already eating into your profit margin if you're doing a gig and they're paying you for it. So I cut my losses. I put everything into one giant suitcase and put my clothes in there as well. There wasn't a CDJ setup when I was playing over there in the Netherlands, so I needed to bring my own stuff to make sure that when I performed, it was awesome. Everything was what I wanted it to be. And so anyways, I just wanted to kind of give you a brief overview of kind of the differences of just off the cuff first impressions of the 1000. I think it's going to be a great update, to be honest. I mean, apparently there's this Mobius effect is going to be a really big deal, and the low cut echo is, I think, something that users have been requesting a lot, which I use as well. You know, just anything where it cuts the bass from a delay is very important, and when you're using that delay as a transition effect. I will say I'm not sure about these color effect knobs. They look a little bit less bulky, which I really enjoyed the color effects knobs and how big they were on the RZ. So that's one thing I think I might miss. And who knows, I might miss the form factor. I want to get it first to really see if I do really like the size of it. I think I really am going to like it, because the main reason why I wanted the RZ in the first place was to be able to practice in the bedroom and then be able to be comfortable with the CDJ setup with the DJM 900 mixer. And I think that's what the 1000 is really going to offer you, if that's something that you're wanting to get practice in, but you don't have $6,000 laying around. The price on this is incredible. I think that they priced it great to really capture a lot of the market. It's priced at $1,200 US dollars. I think that was an excellent decision from Pioneer to really try to capture that market. So they're really trying to compete with Denon, not only on price, but also on features. And you can really see that. It's a 4-channel, and you can see right up here, if you can take a look, there's channels 1 and 3 and 2 and 4 over here. So altogether, I like it. I'm going to get it. And if I don't like it, I'll send it back. But I'm definitely going to be selling my RZ for sure. Because the RZ will run you about $1,900, and you're getting a pretty good deal, if I do say so myself, on this 1000, where the whole point of it is really to have a really professional controller, but at the same time you could go to a main club gig setup of the CDJs and the DJM 900 mixer, all the Nexus range. Excuse me. It's been a while. I've had a kid since the last time I've done a video, so very joyful time in my family. Just a quick update. Anyways, that's my first impressions. My name's Megiddo. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.